All right. Well, hey, folks, welcome to another live Q&A with yours truly, Sam Healey. We are here talking about Monster Fight Club's monster scenery products, or at least two of them. We have a whole heaping load of stuff that is currently available on our web store. You can go check that out, of course. But we're going to be talking about specifically the Cyber City and the City Streets products. Now, these are Metropolis accessories. They first came about through the Metropolis Kickstarter, but after we've got that all fulfilled and backed to our backers, or delivered to our backers rather, we went ahead and made these available on our web store. So these are a couple of things that are currently available on our web store, and we're going to spend some time talking about it. We're going to do a little bit of an unboxing and show you what they look like straight out of the box. And then I've also painted up another set separately so that we can show you what it looks like if you take the time to slap a coat of paint on them. So that's what we'll be doing today. I wanted to thank you for joining us again. It is a pleasure to do these, and it's a pleasure to reach out and connect with our community, as it were. We're trying to do a little bit more of a concerted push to do that. We're very active on Discord, and we are trying to stay very active on all of our other social media channels. Right now, those include Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are the main three that we'll send stuff to on a regular basis. And then we're now also trying to up our presence here on YouTube with painting videos and live Q&As right now. But we also have a lot of other things that are in store for the very near future, as a matter of fact, including little bite-sized short videos on different aspects of the rules of Combat Zone and Borderlands, Mr. Torg's Arena of Badassery. So we have a lot of things that are kind of in the hopper, so to speak, ready to come out. But until we can get some physical things from those other two main properties, the Borderlands and Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone, we're going to be doing these kinds of things, focusing on things that we currently offer so that you guys can see what it is that we offer and kind of see how it fits into the context of everything else that we offer. So we're going to be doing that. Good crap, bad crap. Hello all. Hello, good to see you. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to start off with, like I said, an unboxing of these two. And I think what we'll do is we'll go with Cyber City first, just so that it has there's smaller but more pieces in the City Streets. So there are fewer pieces in this, so we're going to go ahead and do this first. So Cyber City here comes, and as you can see, as you can see on the box, it has two vending machines, kind of like an ATM looking machine, a public access machine, looks like a power supply central or node or some sort, and then it also has a little satellite dish there as well. So 4 terminals and 2 transmitters. So I guess the power node and the satellite are the transmitters, and then the other 4 are just terminals. I call the bigger ones vending machines, but you can you can do whatever you say. So it comes in this box. It opens up, and then we also have an inset so that they're not damaged in transit. So there's that. It comes in this plastic container as well, and then each one has their own little alcove that it sits in this plastic thing. So I'm going to go ahead and set them up over here, and then we'll go ahead and switch camera angles. That'll give you an idea. I'm going to show the back of one of these other 2 terminals, and then we'll get that going. Now, one of the first things that I want to mention as we're looking at these things is that these are super sturdy. They're not going to break. You will have to put a lot of elbow grease into getting them to work, getting them to break if you want to go that route. However, I wouldn't recommend it because who wants to break stuff that you paid for, right? So there you have, let me go ahead and switch camera angles. And here you have right out of the box what Cyber City is going to look like. So as you can see there, these are fairly detailed. Now I'm not going to say they are super detailed because there's a lot of flat surfaces on them. There are a lot of I guess, well, that's just the best way to say it. There's a lot of flat surfaces, but the details that are there are super well done. Okay, so that's what I want to make sure that you're understanding here is that we've put a lot of time and effort into these sculpts and making them visually appealing, but they're not so detail oriented as to be fragile or as to be difficult to handle during gameplay or anything like that. They're super practical and they're super well done as far as how these molds are constructed and the level of product, the level of quality that the product has. So I really think that this is a neat look. Now I do have them set on the double-sided combat zone playmat that the office sent me, and then I also have a couple of our buildings, Metropolis buildings that I got sent as well from the office. So just to give you a little bit more of a thematic understanding of what these things are going to look like next to other aspects of our of the products that are in our line. So let's see here. Don't have any questions. Now, this is a live Q&A. Okay, I do want to make sure that's absolutely clear. I know it's in the title, but this is not just a commercial. If you have any questions, if you want me to do close-ups or anything like that, please let me know. I did try to get as you know, a close thematic shot as possible. I can go closer though if you would like to, but I think this will give you a good idea of what it looks like right out of the box. Mom Gamer is here. Hello, Mom Gamer. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. We certainly appreciate it. Just to bring everybody else up to speed and to mention again, this is the Cyber City Metropolis accessory pack that we offer on our website currently, on our web store currently, and you can go and pick this up very, very easily. So that's what they look like straight out of the box. Now, what I'll do here is I painted up a copy of these, and what I'll do is I'll put in front of them what my version looks like, so to speak. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, I am not trying to show off or anything like that. This is just what I was able to accomplish with, you know, just taking a little bit of time here and making sure that this got put out there. So there's that. We'll put this over here. And then a couple of the, we'll put that guy out front. Then this guy will come in here, show you the back. So here's what our product can look like if you just take a little bit of time. Now, the reason I say that is because I did not spend a great amount of time putting paint on these miniatures. What I basically did was a straight white base coat, and then I did a, I can't remember it was a Testors brand spray paint for the metallic look. Then I did a wash over that metallic look, and then I just touched up with the just a few different colors. I think I used green, yellow, red, and blue, and just kind of there's a little bit of pink. This has a little bit of pink. That's something I came back and did afterwards, just on a whim to see if I could get it to look decent. So this is what those products can look like with just a little bit of effort. Okay, and so if we can, let me go ahead and take the unpainted ones out. Now, as I'm doing this, I did want to say we've had questions from people that have asked, do you have to wash our products before we have them painted? And the best answer for that for right now, well, no, the best answer for that is quite simply, no, you don't have to. Our products are pretty much ready to go, but it's a good practice to do that. This set that I have painted in front of you, I did not wash them with soap and water when I took them out of the packaging. I just, took them out of the packaging, applied a primer coat, and then got to painting on them. I did not use any soap or water to have these washed. So this should kind of tell you that you don't have to do that. With that in mind, I do want to say that it is a good practice to do that because it eliminates the possibility of any of that residue from production interfering with the primer coat and or the paint that you put down onto it. So to answer the question that we've had on one of our social media outlets, no, you don't have to wash it, but it is a good practice to get into because while our products might not have a level of residue on them that would necessitate washing them, other companies may. So I do want to make sure that that's there. So Vince Pro says, like the worn metal look on those pieces. Yes, that's what the wash did, the strong tone that I used from Army Painter. That's what it basically put onto it. Now, one of the cool things is that I used it on that enamel finish from the Tester spray paint, and it kind of it didn't settle like it usually does, but it worked out. I saw that it wasn't settling on the paint like it usually was, so I moved that shade or that tone around a little bit, and I like how it came out. It does look like it's very worn, a very used metal, so that's definitely a cool thing. So that's the Cyber City pack that we have available on our website right now. And you can purchase them today, and they'll be at your house probably next week. They're pretty. Our shipping department is really good about getting orders out in a very timely fashion. So just keep that in mind. Mom Gamer says, I never wash any minis. Too lazy. Again, it used to be that you had to wash everything because just the way production standards were. There was so much residue on them. Nowadays, you can probably get away with not washing most of your miniatures, but sometimes you can even feel the difference on miniatures when they come out of the packaging, and well, this one needs to go through the wash because sometimes it's a powdery texture on it. Sometimes it's an actual residue, like almost an oily type consistency. But again, I recently in the last 5 to 10 years, I haven't really run into a lot of miniatures from anybody that really needed to be washed. But like I said earlier, it's a good habit to get into just in case. But again, not necessary. All right, so that's Cyber City. Clyde Dashing says, so nice, can't wait. You don't have to wait, Clyde. These are available right now. Now on Discord, we have had a question, and I wanted to just go ahead and kind of address it. That's the word I was looking for, address. People have been asking about our Metropolis scenery, and our monster in charge has told us that we are looking at a goal of a limited release at the end of this month. So keep your eyes peeled on our social media for that announcement. There's still things that are in the works. There's still things that are being looked at and being tested and all that kind of stuff. So be a little bit gracious on that. But that's what we're trying to shoot for. So a limited release by the end of or at the end of this month. So that's straight from the Monster in Charge's lips. So you can take that to the bank, with that caveat being that there is still things being tested. There are still things that are still in the works, and he is meticulous about that kind of thing, which is a great thing, by the way. So he wants to release a product that is quality, and he doesn't want to just throw things out there. So but that's the goal that he has told us. So there you go. I learned the hard way, Vince Pro says, to wash my minis before painting them after some Fantasy Flight game figures gave me a heap of trouble. Well, there you have it. Okay, so that's Cyber City. Let's go ahead and take these out of here. And we'll get City Streets out there. Now, City Streets, as I said earlier, has more pieces in it, but the pieces that are in City Streets are some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger. Let me go ahead and put this back up here. So as you say, the boxes will come cellophane wrapped, and of course it's the same kind of product box that you saw with Cyber City. Opens up this way, and inside you'll see that it is also another plastic storage container inside. Now underneath the storage container, see, these will come out. There's a little bit of a void in there, and then we'll also have a bag of the smaller stuff that's inside. So you have kind of two levels of product that are in this box here. Starting with the storage container here, you have a couple of bus stops. So we'll go ahead and put those out there. A couple of bus stops. And then you've got 4 crosswalk lights. So we'll go ahead and just put these out here kind of like so. And then we'll put these, show you the back side of them. Okay. So those are the 4 lampstands, so to speak. The 2. Now, what do we have in the little bag? Well, first of all, we've got a long bench that goes on the bus stop, and then you have 2 shorter benches, and you'll be able to see there in just a minute. Let me go ahead and switch. Boom. That there's actually grooves in the base of these bus stops where this guy can sit on there, and if you shake it enough, it'll come off because it's not glued down. But you know, it has a little thing that you can rest the legs of this in, and so there are 2 sets of those, and that's how it kind of just sits there. The other one here, it just sits in the 2 longest grooves, like so. There we have the 2 bus stops. We have the 4 lamp posts that are here, along with the crosswalk signs. And then you have a few terminals that are here. This is probably one of my favorite terminals right here. Just a really neat, let me go ahead and put this back here maybe. Yeah, but this has 3 sides on it. So you've got, but they all have the same details on them, but there's 3 faces on here. So I thought that was pretty cool. You'll have another terminal like we saw in the Cyber City pack. Then you have this terminal, which I don't know exactly what it's for, but hey, who cares, right? And then you have these two guys were in the Cyber City. These two are brand new. The two larger terminals, the ones that I was calling the vending machines, those are not in this pack. But you do have these terminals that are kind of available. Well, I'm just being very destructive, aren't I? And then you have these barricades. You have 8 of these barricades that come in this pack to go out in the roads. We'll set them out over here too so we can kind of get a little idea. All right. So this is everything that comes in the City Streets pack. All right. And again, these are all just right out of the box. Just opened it. Didn't tamper with them at all. But as you can see, there's more here, but there's smaller pieces. Smaller pieces, not as much in there. All right. So this is what you have coming in right out of the box. Now, again, like I said, these are all durable. They do flex a little bit, but they're not breaking. And I am pressing pretty hard on these. I'm not trying to just go even. These have a pretty good stable base. They're not gonna wobble around too much. Now, if you knock it over, you knock it over. That's something that's gonna happen. But they stand on their own well. Okay, so that is the Cyber City set. Now, okay, let's leave these out here just to stay like we did on the last one. All right, so a couple of things here. Let me move a couple of these back here. All right, so here's that terminal. Here's one of the terminals. Here's another one. Here's that one. And here's this one. Let's see here. Now, with the, kind of ran out of room down here with my shots. So let's just go ahead and get the other ones out. So I'll go ahead and just put that out there, realizing that this one's using the same paint scheme as this, you know, with a kind of the lighter silver seat with the black legs. I'll go ahead and just put the other one out too. All right, there we go. And then got COVID, feeling quite sick. Oh, Mom Gamer, I'm sorry about that. That's very not cool. Here are the, I went ahead and did, for the painting on these, I went ahead and did a red and a green, as I figured, you know, these are crosswalk signs. So red means go, green means stop, and so forth. And then go ahead and take, and we'll leave these out, and we'll do the, leave these out, take these away. Now the barricades were super easy because frankly they're just that metallic color spray paint with a couple of yellow lines put around the the tops there, and those are cut into the plastic, so they were super easy to do. You just have to let the paintbrush kind of rest inside those grooves that are built into the plastic, and if you get anything on the top side, you just wipe it off. It's not hard at all. So you have these here as well. Just getting all of the unpainted stuff out of there so you can see how well these products pop when they are out there. So again, it's just a really cool thing, you know, to kind of play with and set these up. We'll put another one down here to say that there's a crosswalk down here. Then we'll take these out, set up a little bit of a maybe there's a bus stop that's right next to the thing here, another bus stop down here, and then maybe there's a terminal right here on this wall, and there's public access right here next to the bus stop. And of course, there wouldn't be, wouldn't necessarily be barricades here if we're talking about using bus stops and all that, but we'll put those out just so that you can see how they look on the terrain. Because I mean, you know, this is the kind of stuff that well, maybe both of these are right here, something like that. This is the kind of stuff that makes scenery like this so freaking fun, because you can really kind of build up your sets, and you know, maybe these are too close to the building, so you put them out a little bit so they're right on the, well, you don't want to get hit by the bus though, right? But there's just so much fun to be had with this stuff, you know what I mean? So maybe we have, I don't know, we've got police officers saying, hey, chill out, you fellas. Maybe Machiko is out here and she's up to no good, but she's out here saying, hey, get out of my zone, or get out of my area, get out of my turf. And then, you know, maybe just coming around the corner here, there's a media person interested in what's going on. Then out of nowhere, Edge Runner comes out and is like, there's my chance to get Machiko. And she's got some backup with her as well over here. So, you know what I mean? And, you know, there's like a little corporate boss up here with his hired edge runner checking out this scene, see what's going on. So these are all kind of things that make this kind of thing so freaking cool. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where you can kind of let your imagination fly and gain wings and all that kind of stuff. So this is why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to show you what you're going to get in the box. First of all, that was my kind of first reason for doing this. I wanted to start showing you guys and the opportunity, or I wanted to take the opportunity to show you guys what comes in the box, because that can be a question, right? I mean, you can look at the pictures online, you can see what's there, but you don't have anybody handling it and anything like that. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. Secondarily, I wanted to show you the difference between putting a simple coat of paint on it and then what comes out of the box. It works right out of the box, don't get me wrong, but it is unpainted. And whenever you add color to something, it always pops more, right? So that's kind of what I'm going for here. I'm not trying to overstate anything or anything like that. I just want to give you guys kind of the lowdown, so to speak, on what we offer and what it can look like with just a little bit of, maybe I shouldn't do the just a little bit of effort. Let me fix one thing on my streaming here, just a second. Turn that off. There we go. So that's something that's pretty neat. But there you have it. That's all I really had for today as far as the base. As far as what can be used and all of that kind of stuff. I had this turned around the wrong way. Oops. That's that. Yeah, this is turned down the wrong way too. Well, anyway, you get the idea, right? We don't have a whole lot of other things to go over. I just wanted to give you a real close look at this. But hopefully you get the idea of how simple it can be to have really neat looking setups like this. If we don't have any more questions, I'm not going to belabor the point because I've pretty much done what I set out to do. I wanted to show you what comes in both of these sets, and I also wanted to show you what it looks like as they're painted up. And we have been going for about half an hour now, which is a good length of time for something like this. So unless there's any other questions, Mom Gamer says, I'll return to ask a question if I may. Will you be filming any live playthroughs? Mom Gamer, you know me. As soon as we're able to, yes. What we're basically waiting on right now, I actually have set up a kind of like a grocery list of things that I want to do for Cyberpunk Combat Zone and Borderlands Mr. Torg's Arena of Badassery. What we're waiting on right now is we're waiting on physical products. And we've already ordered our production copies from the factory. We just have to wait for them to get here. So that's pretty much what we're waiting on. But I've already been working with my supervisors on trying to get that schedule. And it's not really a schedule because we're not attributing dates or anything like that to it. But that's why I called it more of a grocery list. A grocery list of things to do once those things start hitting our hands. And we're also thinking about doing some more bite-sized videos and maybe even using a playthrough on TTS. But those are all things that we're thinking and planning ahead on. The TTS thing we can do pretty much right off the bat because that TTS module we had created during the Kickstarter and it works really well. Myself and a couple of my coworkers were in there at the beginning of this week trying it out, playing around. Myself and my supervisor played a game. He whooped me at it because he's the master and I am just but a learner. But he whooped me. It was really close though. But anyway, it was a really good time and the TTS module works really, 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 really well. So we're going to be trying to use that more prolifically up into and including when that physical stuff shows up that we have already put the orders in for. So there you go. Love to see your Flipside channel do some games. Well, I do. I set that up because I didn't know if I was going to be able to land another job. So I was planning on doing that. But working for Monster Fight Club is taking a lot of that time, and rightfully so. And I'm glad that I'm glad that I have this. So, but the flip side of board games is something that's out there in the nether, and it's always a possibility. But right now, I'm spending my time doing the work that I was hired to do for Monster Fight Club. So but we'll keep that in the back on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? Um, Kevin Grote, thank you, appreciate that. This is the these are just some cyberpunk minis that I've painted on our video series that Dan and I do, the sales and marketing manager for our company, and the rest is the City Streets pack that's currently available on our website, Kevin. So you can go check that out. Earlier in the video, if you want to go back and look at that, I showed the Cyber City pack, also the painted versions that I've done up as well, with a little bit different. On this set, I didn't actually do the tone, the soft tone or the dark tone on the metal. So this is maybe a more upscale part of town or something to that effect. I don't know. You can say whatever you want, but it doesn't have the more weathered look, but it does still have that older metallic look. It's not like bright and shiny, except for those seats. Those seats are probably newly painted. They are. But you get the idea. I'll go ahead and put that back on the site here, because I think we're going to be headed out in just a few moments. But I do want you to get one last look at all of that stuff that's in there. And, you know, there wouldn't be, you know, maybe there's a satellite up here on this roof. So that's right there. Oops. There's a satellite up here on this roof. Something like that. There's a satellite up there, and there's another, you know, I don't know. There's a power node out here in the middle of the street. This is stuff from the Cyber City set. Just because. And these guys here as well. Oh, I forgot one. Oh, that's going to be lost. That's going to be lost too. We'll put him up here. Bink. All right. And then there were 4 more barricades back here that I just didn't put out. So we'll go ahead and just tink, tink, oops, tink, and, you know, whatever, tink. So in the city streets, you get 8 of those barricades. You get 2 bus stops. You get 4 lamps. The other 2 are just, you know, back here. I had them back behind. You get 2 lamps, 4 lamps, I'm sorry. And then you also get 2 terminals. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 pieces. But, you know, about half of those are smaller pieces. So there you have that. And then in the other, that's in the city streets. In the Cyber City, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they're all big chunky accessories. So that's what you. Oh, I'm sorry, 6, 6, because the satellite does come in there. So that's about that. I love the scenery too. Good crap, bad crap. It's super great. The Metropolis scenery is awesome. So in case you didn't catch that, Monster in Charge has told us that they're shooting for a limited release of Metropolis stuff at the end of the month. But take that as a caveat, with the caveat of that they're still working on things. They're still getting things solidified, because we want to release a quality product. We don't want to just put something out there to put something out there. But that is that. Let's see here. Love to see someday. Yeah. Well, let's see. Great work. Thank you, Mom Gamer. I appreciate that. Donna, I appreciate clarification. I understand, and we'll keep waiting. You are welcome. Absolutely love the scenery. Yes, I do too. Great price. That is also true. You're getting a lot of durable, quality accessories for a good price. Both of these are $30 on our website right now, our web store, and it's worth it because this stuff is going to last. It's not going to crap out on you in a couple of years, even if you use it a lot. It's going to stick around. It's going to be there. It's going to be available, and it's going to continue to look good. Another thing that you can do is put a clear coat over it once you're done painting them, and now even the paint jobs won't go bad. So that's the only thing about putting paint on there. You do have to protect the paint if you want to have that longevity that we've been speaking about. But we are at 40 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys and gals so much for joining us. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. Show the love. Go check out these products on our web store and see if you might want to add them to your collection. They will look good, as you've seen, next to your own miniatures, next to your own cityscapes. So check us out on, we do have a Discord channel that, as I said earlier, we're trying to be a little bit more prolific at. So go check us out there. We do have a lot of invitations that are out there. I'll put one in the description of this video a little bit that will have hopefully unlimited usage and will last forever. So we'll try to get that done so that you can do that. We do have a lot of stuff. I do want to mention, though, next week there will be no painting video and no live Q&A. I'll be in Vegas for Dice Tower West. I will have a demo copy of Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone, and I'll be running demos of that. I'll also have a copy of Tentacle Town. I'll be running demos of that if interested as well. So if you see me, if you're going to be in attendance at Dice Tower West, let me know. Sam at monsterfightclub.com, and if you'd like to demo either Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone or Tentacle Town, let me know as well, and I'll do my best to do that. I'm going to try to be doing demos each of the days there, at least in the mornings up until about lunchtime. I do have some other responsibilities in the afternoons, especially Saturday. Saturday I'll be doing a panel with Stephen Bonacore and Matthew Macaque. I don't know how to pronounce Matthew's last name, and I apologize. But I phonetically sounded it out, so that's better than nothing. So we'll be doing a top 10 public domain games with myself, Stephen Bonacore, and Matthew Macaque. I'm so sorry. It'll be fun. Anyway, we'll be doing that. Contact me for demos, set up demos. Whatever day is fine with me. We'll work all of that out. Give me a line at sam@monsterfightclub.com, and I'll be glad to hear from you. Now, with all that being said, one last thing, and then I promise we're leaving. On the 17th of March, that is not next Friday, but the following Friday, we're going to do a designer diary type Q&A with one of our in-house designers, Mac Martin. He has his teeth fully sunk into both Borderlands, Mr. Torgue's Arena of Badassery, and Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone. So we'll be having a designer diary style Q&A with Mac Martin, one of our in-house designers, and he has a pretty prolific history of design as well, but I'll let him share that with you when we're actually doing that. So set that on your calendars, March 17th, same bat time, same bat channel, at 9:15, March 17th, Pacific Standard, 12:15 Eastern Standard. We'll have that designer diary Q&A with Mac Martin from Monster Fight Club. So with that, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks so much for joining us. We certainly appreciate your time, and we look forward to engaging with you more in the very near future. Thanks so much. Let's see. A couple of questions. I do not have a show with the Dice Tower crew, but I will be at the convention. So they do a super good job, and they've got a lot of cool stuff planned. So Tim was happy, was gracious enough to invite me, and so and John was gracious enough to allow me to go. So I'll be happy to be there. Be happy to see people, show them Combat Zone and Tentacle Town. Looking forward to it. See you there. Have a great day, everyone, and have a great weekend as well. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.